Talk a lot about legacy for yourself, but do you ever think about the legacy of like the guys that you're playing with? And I asked because of Tyson's deal, he's going to be here for the time. Trevor's deal, he's going to be here for the time. Foye, do you ever think about that part of legacy?
I mean, when you play good football, you deserve to get paid, So that's just a testament of the hard work they put in throughout the years. And then the trust that the organization has in the guys. And as long as we keep building on this, as long as we keep the core, man, the sky's the limit. This year is a big year for us, and we're expecting nothing but the best.
The defense obviously has really shown out in these first 2 days of camp. Could you talk a little bit about what you think the impact of Ryan Nielsen is going to be on this defense, even though you guys are not in pads yet?
Mm-hmm. I think it's the buying in. We want to do something that's never been done, so we have to do things that we've never done before. So, he's taking that approach every single day. We do indies all the way up the team to focus on the details, from the hand placement to the feet, making sure that everything is in line. Because every coach has their ways of playing, But for us, he's teaching us to play fast and play physical. Get your hands on somebody and strike them as hard as you can, as fast as you can, as many times as you can. And if we could keep that focus with the discipline, because the technique works, so we can stay disciplined through the heat, from early in the game to late to the overtimes to November, man, we'll be unstoppable.
How much do you think that approach is also going to be beneficial for Trevor, seeing what you hope will be a better defense every day?
I mean, we got goals to be the number one defense in the NFL. So, that's our standard. And the offense has their standard to probably be the number one offense in the league. So if we're not competing at a high level, if we're not giving them the best looks that we can, what good are we doing to this team totality? So, we come at it every single day, no let up, no. If we can end this day with a win as a defense, they're going to get better because they just faced against the number one defense in the National Football League.
Josh, how long did you consider the Hines-Allen name change? When did you first come to your mind that I might consider doing this or doing this?
I mean, probably like 2 years ago. I've always resonated with Hines. Like I said, I grew up behind. So I was known as that. So I never really paid too much attention to it, but I knew that my legacy was, held dating back all the way back. Living in Alabama my first 3 years of high school and wanting to come back to finish high school because my whole family went there, being a part of that legacy and then building that on and carrying on and creating my own and then creating my own for my family. So I just thought it was right to really, dig deep and find the right people to help me get it done, and we got it done.
What's been the reaction from friends and family?
About time, really. But they're very supportive, and, they're happy that I made the decision, both sides of my family, and, I carry on the legacy for them.
So just curious, in your new contract, are you Josh Hines-Allen in that contract?
Josh Allen.
Okay.
That's right.
Have you caught yourself not putting the Hines
No.
in the signatures now recently?
I've wrote it a couple times now to where it's like I can't make that mistake.
You got the Bills are on the schedule again. Does it Josh Allen? Does this give you some differential?
Week 3 matchup Monday night, got to be ready to play. But I will be having my jersey swap that Friday, so come out and come get your jersey changed.
You're one of the elder statesmen in the room. So what is your role in being vocal with this edge rushers and those linebackers now?
Talking to them, giving them my knowledge, giving them things that I went through, and seeing that they're, at a phase that I can help them in, and being vocal on that. It's not really about being vocal and screaming and ha. It's, if you see something, address it, good, bad, or whatever. They're going to take it, but I'm being real to them. I want to see them be great. I've worked my process to get to where I'm at, and, I trusted it. So if I can give you a little bit of what I can give you, a little bit of my knowledge, then I feel like I'm doing a good job. So it is what it is.
Your work ethic is pretty well known. What does improvement look like for you this year?
Improvement is really nutrition, hiring a chef full-time to help me, get my diet correct. I always thought I was eating the right foods, but I was training in Arizona, and I had a chef out there, and I saw the improvement that I've had throughout the days and the energy that I have. So, if that's another step that I can invest in, then, I'm willing to take it.
On the field, what does it look like?
just being, confident in everything, trusting in the technique, and, keep realizing that I'm really that dude.
Josh, what is this first week about for the big guys, the linemen, you and the offensive line? Pads go on next week, so what can you get accomplished in the first 5
Hand
practices?
placement, and that's one thing Coach Ryan is really harping on this first ramp-up period, is just really hand placement. We can't drive them back. Well, we can work on a drive back, but we can't put our full effort in it. So it has to be quick hands, violent hands, and it has to be effective and stopping your feet. So, we can really focus on these things now, that when we get to the game, when we get to pads, continue to do the same thing, but now put a little bit more put a little more in it. But other than that, man, we're going to compete every day. We're going to try to get better every day, and we're working to be the best.
How is that different? And as a player, how are you receiving that? Like, he gets down in the drill and he'll show you exactly what he's looking for. How has that been different?
He knows what he wants. He knows what a good defense looks like. I have a lot of talks with him, and I just want to just see where his head's at and see how he thinks. And I'm not trying to steal the way he thinks, just understand the way he thinks and allow me to, as a better leader, to get that message out. Because the way he says things could be interpreted different to a lot of people, but if you can understand what he's saying, then me as a leader can, hey, this is what you're supposed to do. This is the model. This is the way we're supposed to do. Like, again, we're trying to do things we've never done before. He's played at a high level. Well, he's coached at a high level. He's coached a lot of individual players that played at a high level. So he knows what it looks like. And, we have the talent. So now we just got to keep buying in and executing the calls.
The pass rush summit with Max and Vaughn and all that. What's that experience like for you? What do you get out of it?
Man, I think it was just cool to be around the guys, to really know that I'm that guy. So for me it was like, but respectfully, still talking, still learning. But for me going in this year, I was looked upon one of the coaches, trying to get my knowledge out of the game, from the other guys that was there. So I thought that was a cool lesson. But also realizing that, like, I'm not done yet, and hopefully they're not. And the better they get, then the better I get, because I can't let them outdo me. So I got to work a little harder.
Josh, if you were asked this earlier, I apologize. With all the defensive coaching changes, how important is it that Bill Shuey's back?
Coach Shuey, I'm not going to say comfort, but it gives that sense of, like, because he's learning too. Everybody all the other coaches I feel like have been under his staff. So I feel like with Coach Shuey, we're all learning together, but we're all growing together. But Coach Shuey is a great person to pick up on a lot of things, and he can kind of, dumb it down for us, and so now it allows us to play a little faster. And once we really get the hang of what the terminology really is, how it fits in the defense that we've done, now we can compare, and now we can play a lot faster. So just having that trust with him is like, we're not learning nothing new. Like, we're learning a new defense, but I know how to talk to Coach Shuey. I know the questions I can ask him. I know when to work, when not to work. He understands us. He loves us. He treats us well. Hell, it's hot as hell outside. And, he has moments in the day where, all right, guys, get your breath back. A lot of people don't got that, so love my dog. Boom.
Thank you.